Good morning, YouTube. On a previous video, I mentioned that I get a lot of chatter from this engine on my CRF300L, and I went to the Honda dealer and spoke to the mechanic, and he assured me that, hey, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's the way the engine is designed, and that's just a consequence. So, well, for me, my takeaway is, yeah, but it interferes with my riding pleasure because I don't hear anything but that chatter from the engine at pretty well all RPMs. Kind of a chatter, tapping, that sort of thing. And it just doesn't sound very nice to me. So what I decided to do was, since that is normal and it's not something I need to have fixed, I thought to myself, well, I'll increase the sound of the exhaust. Now, I don't want an aftermarket exhaust. Been there, done that, had a full Yoshi system on my CRF300L, and it was a love-hate relationship. It, at times, really grated on me. You go up a grade and you give the engine some juice, and man, it hurt the ears at times. So with this one, what I decided to do was I looked at the exhaust and I figured, you know what, I can make an alteration to this. And I'll show you what I did. So I've already removed the screws from the cover. Okay, so we got those screws out. That holds your spark arrestor in. And here is, I'll show you. Okay, so as you can probably see, this is shorter. If you've looked at your spark arrestor comes out to about here. And the end of it is a solid plate. There's no opening. So what I did was, and I'll put a picture there. Basically, I cut about that much off. You'll see that in the photo. I'll put it up right there. And then I just dressed up that edge and chamfered it a bit. And then I drilled that plate so that it's free now. It's open. And then I took the spark arrestor screen from an old, well, from the air filter in the bike. I removed the screen and then took a section of the screen and secured it over the now open end with some baling wire. And what that'll do is, you can't see, not on camera, in that muffler there, but right about here is where that last chamber is, and then there's a plate dividing that, and then you've got one or two small openings that allow the gases to go from this chamber into the last chamber. And then they enter your spark arrestor and then out your tailpipe. So the thing is, in that plate there that divides the two chambers, there's a hole. That's where this spark arrestor normally went in. The end here that I cut off normally fit in that hole. So it just kept it in there. I don't know what the purpose of it going into that hole is, because the gas couldn't go through because, as I say, that was blocked off. So what my mod does is it gives an avenue of escape from that first chamber into the second chamber directly through and out. So maybe it's possibly reducing back pressure by I don't know, maybe 30–40%, hard to say. But it is reducing back pressure, and as a consequence, it increases the exhaust note. So I'm not sure if I explained that well enough, but if you look at your exhaust, you'll see what I mean about that hole. So now I'm taking advantage of it. That's the upshot. So I'll put this back together. Okay, it's all back together. Let's get it out on the driveway. Okay, now unfortunately I didn't do a before and after sound check, but it is definitely louder, not a lot. So it's just a I would say maybe, I don't know, 25% louder, something like that. So the object of this was so that I would have another noise, a pleasant noise, to distract me from the chatter tapping, which was all I heard before. So with this modification I've done, I now have a more pleasant noise that I also hear. I still hear the chatter, but it isn't the only thing I hear now. And that was the goal. So if you're considering doing this, bear in mind that it isn't going to give you a much louder exhaust. It's just going to give you a minor bit, just a touch louder. And then the other thing that it would do is reduce the back pressure a little bit. Now you might hear the occasional pop in the exhaust on a hard decel, but nothing extreme, nothing all the time, just now and again. So it's an indication that it is definitely reducing the back pressure. I mean, we know it is because now we're taking exhaust from the middle chamber and exiting it straight out without having to go through the mechanical baffles and such into the rear chamber before it can get out. Does this do anything for performance? It's hard to say. I would say yes, a little bit, but I can't guarantee that. But butt feel, yeah, a little bit. You know, removing the backfire screen from the air filter and doing this, combination of the two will give you a little more free flow, right? But not so much more free flow that you would require a fuel tune to compensate. And the funny thing is, on this bike, compared to the 250L, the 250L in the exhaust, like on the tailpipe or when I removed the spark arrestor to check it, there was never any carbon. I mean, it was just clean in there, no matter, you know, whether 10,000 kilometers were on it or not. And that was an indication of how lean that bike was. Now, this bike, I don't know whether I'm judging this correctly, but on this bike, the inside of the muffler, the spark arrestor screen, that assembly is heavily carboned, like very, very black after a while. And so does that mean that this bike is not quite as lean as the 250L? It's possible. It's possible it's got a little richer mixture. So I'm not afraid of reducing the back pressure without any fuel excuse me, without any fuel adjustments from a tuner. Yeah, I mean, it definitely hasn't hurt it, that's for sure. But I would say it has a little bit more get up and go, a little bit quicker acceleration. But like I say, just minor. Now, if you're going to do this, Don't do it because I recommended it, because I'm not. I'm not recommending it. I'm just telling you what I did, and for my own reasons. So it's working well for me. It solved the problem that I had, the issue. But if you want to do it on your own back. Take your own risk. I mean, I don't personally think there's any harm in doing it, but just covering my tail here. Yeah, so I definitely hear the exhaust now. So I've got that pleasant sound, along with the sound I don't like too much. So if you're like a lot of people that want a little bit more sound, but you don't want a loud exhaust, you still want to keep it quiet, but you do want to hear it a bit, then this is for you, maybe. And also, it costs you nothing. I mean, if a person just wanted more sound and they ended up spending $500 to $1,000 in a new exhaust system, there's better ways. So I hope that helps someone. Now, bear in mind, when I do these videos, the audio that I get is quite good on my computer. But as soon as I upload it to YouTube, I mean, we all know the video quality goes down, but so does the audio. And one thing I notice is you don't hear the bike much once my videos are uploaded to YouTube. So trust me when I say that it's probably louder than what you hear on this video. But as I say, it's still on the quiet side. It's just nice. Anyway, you take care, ride safe, and if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Like and subscribe would really help me. Take care, ride safe.